Hello everyone. So today we're going to talk about how to use Instagram for your business purposes, whether you are a service provider or you have a business, product-based business, B2B, B2C, C2C. It doesn't really matter because social media is a very growing much space where you can find your clients. Some social media channels are have a specific type of clients, some have more broader. But we're going to talk here today about Instagram and how to utilize it for business purposes. And I just want to make a quick note here that in general, more visibility you have, more people are going to see you, more people are going to be willing to buy from you. And with Instagram, I want to encourage you, if you are a service provider or if you are the face of your brand, of your business, I highly recommend getting on Instagram because that's where a lot of the people are following other people's journeys, projects, businesses as well, and it's so much easier to sell through a personal brand rather than the brand that doesn't have a persona or a face, because we relate to other people a lot more than we relate to things, I relate to, when you buy a house, you want to find a real estate who would understand you, who would be there for you, support you through the process. You're going to look for a real estate agent who's going to support your needs as a person. The property is sort of coming the second in this whole chain. I know it sounds very simplified. It might not be true for a lot of people, but if you trace your purchases and you ask yourself, there are hundreds of books, why am I buying this one? There are hundreds of coffee shops, why am I going to this one? The chances of you saying because of the people that work there is very high. But that's just for an overall picture of how Instagram works, or any other social media, but I'm going to talk about Instagram because it's my passion. So first of all, building brand on Instagram is just going to give you more visibility, which means you're going to have more people that are interested in buying your services. How you do that is the question that you might ask, and the answer would be first of all, you got to optimize your Instagram account. What does optimization mean? It means that you're going to have to look at your profile picture, your Instagram bio, the link that is attached to the bio, all the highlights, and the feed, and you want to make sure that every single piece that's displayed on the profile connects in has a coherent message, which is, if you're selling a certain product, you want to display the product, talk about its benefits and advantages and disadvantages and the cost and how the purchases and the clients who purchased it and what does it do and how does it work, and all of those things. You want to kind of show it from different perspectives, but make keep the consistent message of the product is good, this is for you if you are that person, and this is how it's going to serve you. We don't want to have a post about your product and then a post about somebody else's product next to it, or then a post about, your latest traveling experience, or we just don't want to confuse the people, right? So when you open your Instagram page, please go through the things that I mentioned: your profile picture or a logo if you are a business oriented brand, if you don't want to display your own picture. Bio should represent who you're helping with and how. I am a social media manager / content creator, and I'm also a freelance mentor. So I'm helping people with certain things. My Instagram bio doesn't say it right now because I'm in the process of transitioning a lot of my projects. But for you, again, if you have a product or you're a service provider, you need to state who you are. I am a business coach who helps a 30 plus, middle-aged woman to reach the goal of whatever. You want to make it very clear who you're serving and how you're serving them. And then the highlights are presenting more of a personal side to your services or your product or your business. We want to find out more about the team. We want to find out more about you, your like work hours, like how to purchase it, or like what's the product is for, like how did you create, like some like stories. Like we want to hear a story, like understand more about it, like learn about it, like as if you had a chance to introduce yourself and like you had, I don't know, 5 different stories to tell to a stranger. The way that, you know, you would want to like convert that stranger into a buyer. This is what highlights for. And then the feed is mainly value, information, insights, like UGC, user generated content. We want to like showcase that, and like the feed is going to support the highlights, and the highlights are going to draw people to the link in your bio, and the people are going to go to your website, and this is how you drive the traffic, basically. Obviously there are hundreds of other strategies. Obviously there are people who are experienced in certain niches, or marketers that work with only specific kinds of audience. They have much more perspective, but what I just told you is an overview of how Instagram works if you want to utilize it for business. Apart from optimized page, we want to make sure we have consistent content coming out, and content is anything from pictures, videos, carousels, to stories, to like notes, DMs, and etc. I highly recommend going heavy on reels and video content, and I would also highly recommend you repurposing that content to Facebook and TikTok and YouTube Shorts, everywhere you can. Just keep posting. I know it might seem obviously if you have time, you can like prepare different pieces of content for each platform, but we want to just keep posting. We want to be consistent, and for you to test, like, just a note as well, keep posting videos that have value, videos that have insights, videos that other people can relate to. And I would also recommend, like, when you are gonna, create your content calendar for any type of platform, but Instagram more specifically, I want you to choose, like, let's say you're gonna make 30 videos per month. I want you to make a list of like 15 videos that are very niche focused, like very narrow focused, that are gonna really like talk to your ideal clients. And then I want you to make 15 reels that are talking to more of a broader audience. Why? Because you want to reach as many people as possible, and you never know, like who your clients might be, like where they might be at. I know it sounds maybe controversial, but like, as much as we do want to try and understand who your ideal audience is, we also don't want to like eliminate the rest of the world, because they might also be interested in your services. Like, you might not know who your client might be at the core, you know what I mean? Like, you just like keep growing, and you keep like digging deeper into your ideal client identity. But like, this is why you want to create narrow topics and like broader topics related videos. If you have a persona, again, like if you're a personal brand, I highly recommend doing talking head videos, where you just tell people your perspective, your opinion, your insights. You're just sharing with them your personality, and this is how you want to make them like you and like interested in you. And I wouldn't focus on like making people like you. I would focus on the idea of like you sharing something valuable that they can relate to, and that means something to you as well. And this way, I like guarantee you're gonna attract people that are gonna like you. So consistent content means you posting every day, I would say, or like at least 5 to 6 times a week. You also keeping up with stories. Stories are very important. You want to make sure that stories are up to date. They're not like, you want to post at least 3 to 4 times a week those stories, because people actually who are watching your stories are like 50% more likely to buy than people that follow you on the number of like followers, because people that watch you are really watching you, like they're really following you or your brand. And don't forget about fresh branding and design. Trends are going on and off every single day. Like, we see new visuals, new ideas. I would recommend, like, don't like just stick to your brand forever, like your brand colors forever for like 5 years and not change anything. I would say see what trends are coming up and try to adopt those trends to your profile. So for example, right now what's trending is like this minimalistic feed, kind of like neat look. I personally do it like 50% minimalistic and 50% I do it the way I want to do it, simply because, you know, like at some point those trends are going to be saturated. Like everyone is going to go into this minimalistic mode, blah blah blah, and you want to stand out. You want to still keep your voice up. Like you want to be different, and this is why I wouldn't recommend you going all in with the trends and like changing your branding right away, but revising and like using trends as like little keys of what people are interested in, what they like, and kind of incorporating that into your feed, into your visual representation. Again, if your color, like I would say revise your branding at least like once every 2 to 3 years, including the colors and the font. Don't change them drastically, but make sure that they are up to date and they're not like too outdated, you know what I mean? I hope this helped. I mean, I can talk forever about every single thing that I mentioned today, and I'll do my best to like share as much as I can. But also, please follow me on Instagram if you want more information, or if you ever need social media manager. I'm only working with 2 types of clients though. First type is B2B business and medium-sized business that's really focusing on the brand image and quality content. And number 2 is people that want to build a personal brand. I would love support those 2 kind of businesses. So if you're one of them, reach out. If you need help, support, consultation, I am here for you. Thank you.